Next, we're going to learn about overriding methods. 4 important things to know about overriding. Overriding replaces a method instead of inheriting it from the superclass. Only non-static methods can be overridden. There is something similar called hiding that can be done with static methods, though we won't discuss it here. Private methods can't be truly overridden, though they can be replaced. Let's look at alternate versions of the worker, tradesperson, and carpenter classes. In worker, the do-work method is public, so it could be overridden in a subclass. If we don't override it, it would simply be inherited. For security reasons, earn wage is private. We don't want programmers to be able to call it directly from outside worker because they could create a payday without doing any work. Being private, it will not be inherited to a subclass. In tradesperson, we've overridden do work, so it behaves more appropriately for a tradesperson. The override annotation is optional, but it's a good practice. We've created a new method to handle the payment called earn union wage. In carpenter, we again override do work. If we hadn't overridden do work, carpenter would have inherited the do work from tradesperson. Again, we created a unique payment method, this time called earn carpenter's wage. Let's look at the diagram of class relationships. Worker is implicitly a subclass of object, tradesperson is a subclass of worker, carpenter is a subclass of tradesperson. Let's look at this unrelated class worksite. The main method will execute from top to bottom, but we're going to jump around a bit to focus on one variable at a time. We start by declaring a variable, Albert, of type worker, then initializing it with a new instance of the worker class. Let's skip down a few lines to where we call the doWork method from the Albert variable. This method outputs does unskilled work. Next, the method calls another method, earnWage. EarnWage is private, but since the call comes from inside the same class, this is legal. The earnWage method outputs earns minimum wage. Next, let's look at tradesperson. The Bob variable is pointing at a new tradesperson object. We skip down and call doWork from the object that the Bob variable is pointing at. Java goes to the overridden version of doWork, which outputs doSkilled work. Then it calls the earnUnionWage method, which outputs earns union wage. Finally, the carpenter variable Cynthia, which is initialized to a new carpenter object. Later, we call the doWork method from the Cynthia variable. Java goes to the overridden version of doWork and outputs does woodwork. Then it calls the method earnCarpenterWage, which outputs earns carpenter's wage. Remember, if we do not override a public method in a subclass, the most recent version of it will be inherited from a superclass. If you want to keep learning, click on the thumbnail for the next video. Otherwise, check out the full Java playlist. See you soon.